Well, economists woke up to some good news on the economy today. Output expanded in February by 0.5%. That was faster than the 0.1% economists were expecting. And as you can see here, higher than the growth rates we've seen in recent months. A quick health warning, these are monthly figures, they are volatile and they are prone to revision. And in fact, January, as you can see here, was revised up from minus 0.1% to flat. Nevertheless, that quarter, if we look at December, January and February, it's shaping up to be a pretty decent quarter. In fact, some of the fastest growth rates we've seen since February 2024. Remember when the economy rebounded out of recession after the inflationary crisis? What this is telling us is that the economy has been pretty resilient, despite some of the doom and gloom we've been hearing about across the services sector, the manufacturing sector, the construction sector. We saw growth, even though factories were warning that they were feeling anxious about the Chancellor's tax policy, about Donald Trump's looming tariffs. All the surveys suggested that the manufacturing sector was contracting, but it didn't. It held up pretty firm. And speaking of Donald Trump, well, he's actually made many of these numbers redundant already. That was back in February, and we're now in April. His tariffs policy is going to weigh on economic growth. We've been hit with a 10% tariff, and arguably the bigger pain will be felt from the slowdown that we're seeing in the global economy, with the world's two largest economies, China and the US, engaged in this tit-for-tat trade war. We're a small, open economy. We will feel the pain from that. And all of that jeopardises the Chancellor's promise to go for growth. This was when Labour got elected. As you can see, we haven't had the big growth bazooka just yet. There hasn't been that big step change. Very similar growth rates to the ones we've seen under the Conservatives, actually. This was back in the pandemic when we had that sharp fall, and it took us a few years to get out of it. Right now, we're in a perilous place. And in fact, Donald Trump holds many of the keys.